Hey Aaron, we're back at it with Hand of the Gods. I am starting this game with a solid 8-2 in Arena. I'm playing Odin. It's a rushy deck, and Mayhem is not really that good to keep against this class, especially if I don't have early game plays. I generally like to get some minions out. Unless I got them, Mayhem's not that good. It's more of a late game card, honestly. Unless, of course, you have a bunch of spells that spawn warriors. You can spawn a bunch of 1/1s for cheap, but I do not. I do not. Therefore, I'm not going to play that. So there's no real reason to play the archer this turn. If I can get this buff guy out, I'm going to start doing that. And because he can move my guy, I put him in front. Otherwise, I would play this guy behind my little crystal. But I don't like that he has the option to move it around. So I'm going to play closer to him. And he kills my guy for free, which is fine by me. I don't really want to kill his because it spawns 2 more 1/1 archers. What I will do instead is get my Scotty out here, and this will do 1 damage. Or alternatively at Chaos Spawn, I could also Ymir. Honestly, Ymir seems like a better option now, given what he's played. I may just move the 1/3 behind my crystal and play Ymir. But at the same time, I was thinking about silencing him. A better option than silence is to just kill the unit. You know what I mean? I don't know why he placed that there. That's bad placement on his part. He should have placed the beast behind his crystal. And if he wanted to, he can move it in front and then attack my crystal. But he chose not to. That's a giant misplay on his part. It's as if he didn't realize I had an archer there. If he moves his 1/1 there, I'm going to silence it first and then avoid the death rattle. Or I don't know what it's called in this game. It's not a death rattle in this game. Is he going to kill it? Alright, that's fine by me. Because you have to remember, I do damage whenever I summon gods, and I have gods to summon. I can summon 2. The wolf is a god as well. The question is, do I want to play a spell this turn? So, there's the thing I was talking about, Hunter's Sigil. You can deploy extra 1/1s to help your Mayhem out. Wind Demon is fine, but generally Frenzy is the best card in a rushy Odin deck. So that being the case, I'm going to take myself another Frenzy. They serve me very well. I mean, think about it. Even if you have 3 cards on the board, that's 6 damage, which is a fourth of your opponent's health off of a single card if you can keep your other cards alive. So I'm going to keep attacking his core here and get this Ymir out because he doesn't seem to have a good way of dealing with it. It's the most mana efficient play as well. And the next turn I can Freya. That's why I'm not attacking his 1/1s. I can do 2 damage to up to 4 minions, meaning that there's no reason for me to trade with him. I can just Freya to kill his stuff. And that's bad placement on my part. I did not know that card exists. What is that? Deal 2 damage to all units not in target area? Wow. That's a card that's in this game. I'm still learning the game, so bear with me here. Is Freya the best option? Honestly, no. Killing 2 1/1s is not something I really care that much about because I can use my hero power to do it. You know? Like, might as well just do that instead. It's a waste of a Freya to do that. And I'm going to get closer with my Ymir again. If he wants to use 2 mana to move it, he can. I don't really care. And get that 3/3 out. And again, you want to watch your placement in this game. You don't really want everything on the same column or the same row because there's a lot of AoE that can just ruin your day if you do that sort of thing. I don't really know what all of it is. There's a lot of cards in this game that I haven't fully learned. So, that's kind of bad. I kind of wish he didn't get the guy to 1 health because now he can kill it for free with his archer. But you can't win them all. If he keeps wasting his mana on moving my stuff, eventually I will win this game. Oh my god, another one! Wow, the board clear. That is such a good card. Fortunately for me, I also have good cards, but they're not useful right now because they're reactionary cards. For example, Chieftain would have been great to have the previous turn already on the board. But I suppose, we can't get lucky all the time. So I'll probably use a charger to kill his archer, and then just get these other cards on the board, start developing the board. And right now, I'm being defensive. This is what he should have done with his guy. He should have been defensive with his guy. He chose not to, which allowed me to just kill it for free with my archer. You gotta watch out for that sort of thing. Alright, and he can move it in front. Whatever. If he does that, I can kill it with my archer, so that's perfectly fine. I don't actually have anything to buff here. You know, I don't have any beasts that get buffed by it, so that's not a big loss for me. Okay. That's perfectly fine because I can use Freya to deal with all this. And I think now I might start want to... Yeah, I think this is a good turn to start playing Freya and then just ignore his board and go to the face. Or to the crystal. You can't hit face in this game, you can only hit crystals. The gods don't actually fight each other. It's Hand of the Gods, not God versus God. You want God versus God, you gotta play Smite. Also made by these people. Hi-Rez Studios made both games. So what I'm going to do here is set up the Chieftain. Because, again, I like getting a lot more value out of Freya. And right now his board is not intimidating. And Banish is really powerful, especially if you can do it to 4 minions. So with that being the case, I'm still holding off on it. I don't need to overreact to anything he's doing. There's the thing I was talking about. You deal 4 damage to units in a column, then they get pushed back. That's the sort of thing I've been trying to avoid all game. So that was actually a 2-for-1. I got 2 cards out of that. That's a bad play on his part. Because that AoE card is super powerful and it's already gone. He already used it. That being the case, I can start rushing this guy down. I'm probably just going to play all my cards, as many cards as I can. Doom Speaker, Squirrel, Hero Power. Might even Frenzy here. I might even Frenzy here to kill his guy. Because I have another Frenzy in hand. If I use the Archer, it spawns 2 more 1/1 Archers. So with that being the case, I can kill his 2/3 with my Archer, use the 3/1 on the core, use the 5/4 to deal with his stuff, and that sets up my other archers to be able to attack his core as well with the Frenzy, which puts him in a very bad spot actually. I could potentially end up with 4 minions that have +2 attack, which is a lot of damage. And this is why we save the Freya for cards like that. If that thing ever gets out of control, I can always just banish it. So, not a big problem. I also have the Chaos Spawn, which I'll probably use instead. He put that in the way, which is annoying. Move my card back, which is not that annoying. It would have been worse if he played more cards. Enrage is more of a finisher, but I can use it to kill his 3/3 if I want to. Question is, do I want to? You know? I can also set up for lethal by using my Freya here. If I get Freya on the board and banish his stuff, and then get the Squirrel and Hero Power, then I can probably just win this game next turn. So I am going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to ignore his board. He doesn't seem to be able to do anything besides moving my units. He already wasted his AoE. I'm going to keep the 1/1 there so that he can't spawn a minion in the way. And then I'll move it next turn. You can get my Squirrel out here. Obviously Hero Power. And now this sets up for lethal. Now if I wanted to, I could have moved the 1/1 out of the way in order to attack with my Soldier, which honestly would have been a better option. It would have been a better option. I'm keeping my 1/1 back just in case something goes horribly wrong and I need some sort of defense. But other than that, this game should be over. There's that sort of thing that can go horribly wrong. Wow. That's a terrible, terrible outcome for me where he just stunned all of those cards. That actually kind of makes it difficult to win. Fortunately, I am still in really good shape. So the reason I want to sack my Archer first is so that I can spawn a minion there. which allows me to attack face. And now I can move everything into position to do as much damage to the face as possible. And the Dagaz is also a very good card because it kills his and gets all my stuff ready to go. And again, I don't think he can deal with my board. He's using so much AoE that he's probably going to be completely out of answers to everything I have. The question is, do I silence him or not? The answer is probably yes. Just kidding. That's the GG. I accidentally BM'd this guy. I was about to kill some of his units and I realized I have lethal. That's why it took me so long to win the game. I was actually trying to figure out how to deal with his board. Then I realized the game's over. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. I got more Hand of the Gods videos coming your way, at least 2 a week.